All right, welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting for financial freedom. We are going to be taking a sweep right across the market to try and see what kind of an environment we are trading in today. You know that the last couple of days, or the last few days, to be honest with you, has been a little bit chaotic and volatile. And that really has been coming out of the equity markets and stuff like that. So of late, we have actually been focusing on the equity markets and trying to see what they have actually been doing, because it really has got a bigger bearing as to what the crypto market was also doing of late. So we'll be taking a quick swoop at the market, just as I mentioned, and we'll also take a look at our favorite altcoins like Jasmy, ICP, XRP, and the rest of them. And also, I will let you guys go ahead and suggest what you want us to take a look at. If you have got a burning question on specific altcoins that maybe I haven't talked about for some time on the channel, like Veracity, we will talk about it a little bit, and we will also take a look at some of the things that I think have got great setups for a bull cycle, right? So if you don't mind, we will quickly get into taking a look at what the equity market is doing first. We'll take a look at the Dow Jones here, and I think it's very much clear that we are looking like we are having a positive start to the day. We're also taking a look at the Nikkei 225 here. This is the main stock exchange in Japan, and it's also up maybe 1 point something %. So this is great, and this obviously has brought calm back into the market. The news that we were seeing was that the Bank of Japan, actually, I wanted to say the Central Bank of Japan, but it's called the Bank of Japan, has decided that they will not be increasing rates any further. I mean, in the immediate short term, yes, we could say that this is bullish for the market, because we understand that the printers are going to be turned on, and inflation is really going to be out of control, especially in Japan and the United States as well, to be honest with you. So in situations like these ones, risk on assets like Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies will do well in such an environment where there is a lot of printing. But this is the decision that they have actually taken right at this point. Long term, it's still very bad, and nobody believes that the problem has just vanished in a matter of 2 days or something like that. There are still a lot of underlying problems in the equities market, but they have decided that they will not be increasing rates any further, right? Which means that inflation is going to be rampaging left, right, and center. You don't want to be in cash if inflation is continuously going to the upside. We are also seeing some quite big bounces here in the crypto space. For example, we are taking a look at some meme coin here, dog with head, up something like 20 something % on the day. The tiniest of increases that we are seeing today is maybe right around something like 1%, 2% or something like that, but that's great. On the flip side, the biggest loss is right around maybe 10% or something like that. So the market is very much excited. We will be taking a look at which things that I'm looking to buy here. We'll also take a look at the Jasmy price set briefly. I really don't like to get into much detail, because I will make a video later on Jasmy and XRP probably, and we will probably do ICP as well later on as videos. But for now, I think we can take a quick sweep right around the market before the equities market opens here, because we are seeing that yeah, they are looking quite like in the green for now. Tesla, for example, is up 0.8%. That's great. We are seeing here, what is the other one? The Dow Jones, we took a look at it. Amazon is up also 0.57%. Gold is up 0.51%. Okay, interesting. We are seeing here that the DXY has begun rising. We would have actually been doing much better if it was continuously going to the downside. We also have here the what was that? The next index that I wanted to take a look at. I mean, it really escaped me, but I think I'll find it. Okay, Apple is slightly down. Yeah, that's almost 1%. It's down 0.1%. What really is happening with it? Pre-market is dropping. Let's just hope it doesn't have a cascading effects on the other bigger market caps, right? But still, generally, the market is looking like it's going to open a little bit steady. It will open in a minute or so, and we can have a clear direction, obviously, of where the market is going. Other than that, we are seeing some interesting moves from altcoins, and I will obviously be taking you to Twitter as well and showing you some of the, latest news that has been coming into the market. Positive things overly right. So for example, let me go ahead and show you here one very important piece of news which was coming like as of like a few minutes ago. Where was that? Hang on please, I couldn't find it. So bookmarks, here, this is my bookmarks, right? Okay, here 1.3 trillion asset manager Morgan Stanley advises to offer Bitcoin ETFs to clients, like they are now putting it as financial advice, right? So usually when we are making videos, because we don't want any legal action or something, like we actually put a disclaimer to say that this is not financial advice. But it appears that financial advisors from Morgan Stanley will now be able to, tell people that they can actually add Bitcoin ETFs to their portfolio, and that's going to be bullish, obviously, long term. So short term, these things can actually be very much tricky, but long term, there's just no doubt that this thing is going to be helping the price. Now, we also have got another piece of great news here from Coindesk saying that hundreds of wallets, I'm saying great news. This is a little bit scary, to be honest with you, because it's 4.2 billion trust tokens from, the plus token Ponzi scheme have begun moving thousands of ETH. So these are raising concerns of potential selling pressure on Ethereum. Let's see how the whole situation develops, because right now we only have it's been 16 minutes by since this news is coming in. We talked about Morgan Stanley, obviously talking about Bitcoin to investors. We are also seeing that there is a long-term accumulation here over the last 30 days. Just from Bitcoin Archive says that long-term Bitcoin holders have bought $23 billion in Bitcoin in the last 30 days. That's great. And you're worried about Germany and Mount Gox. So, well, yeah, I don't like it when it's, dressed like this, that these guys are buying, so you should also be buying, or trying to make retail investors feel kind of inferior or something like that. These guys are not in the same conditions as a regular person trying to fight for their financial freedom and stuff like that. I've been in this place once, and I totally understand people who make mistakes earlier on in their crypto life, and there's nothing to demonize right there. We shouldn't be laughing at people. Yeah, I know somebody who sold. I know obviously some people sold, let me just say, a few days ago, because it was really bad for them, because they're looking at their financial situation. Now imagine coming out and saying and laughing at them because they sold, right? Everybody's economic situation is very much different, and we should probably be respecting people, right? Not everybody's going to be able to hold. People have got the will to buy Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, but at times it's not all that great, and it's not something that everybody can do. Anyway, the Bank of Japan capitulated and won't raise interest rate. We talked about this one here. So short-term wise, this is going to be bullish for the market, but just don't forget that we still have got major problems in the equity markets, and this can actually turn out to be very bad in the coming few months, few years, who knows. But one way or the other, this thing is going to burst, and it's going to lead us into a very huge crisis. So it has been delayed for now, and that is okay. We have an opportunity one more time. Let's just hope that the markets will now be holding very strongly. We are seeing, oh yeah, Apple opened up, and it opens very strongly. So yeah, you can already see that there is a healthy start to the markets right now, and with that, the crypto market is also very much excited. Let's see if there is any other index that is doing better than anticipated. Amazon is also up 2%. So it seems like there is now calm back in the markets, and with that, I say it is another opportunity to go and make more money in the market. Right, Tesla is also up 1.2%. It appears completely that the worry is now over, now that we have the news from the Bank of Japan that they are no longer going to be raising interest rates. But as I said, this is just a temporary fix, right? Everybody and their grandma knows that there are problems in this market, in this economy, and one day these things are going to be bursting. But for now, we should be looking to try and see how far we can actually capitalize with this kind of market price. So I will get into our favorite altcoin that we usually talk about here on the channel, and I'm sure you guys are also curious as to what is happening here with the Jasmine price. That yesterday I was putting out a video saying that usually when we have had this kind of V-shaped recoveries, all you have to do is hold these lows here. So I'm still anticipating the price to pull back a little bit here. I don't know if this pullback was enough here, right around 1.9 cents. I'm not really sure just yet, but I expect the price to go all the way to something like 2.7 cents. Once we have like decisive breaking close candles above 2.7 cents here for Jasmine. That is going to be very good, and we were seeing a very positive demand candle here on the weekly time frame. I'll just go ahead and clear the drawings here so that you see exactly what I'm trying to talk about. And that was very much encouraging. Should we close the weekly candles with the candles looking like this, I think this is really one of the most obvious confirmations that we can ever come across. I mean, bear with me, take a look at this weekly candle that you are seeing. It has finally turned green, and it's indicating that there was a lot of demand right around the 1.5, 1.6, 1.4 cent region for Jasmine. Should it close like this here in the green and it's looking like a hammer like this one, it's really a bullish candle. I don't usually like to trade them just on their own, but if we see them on a bigger time frame, like the weekly time frame here, they actually mean something. They actually really mean something. So that'll be great for Jasmine should we close our weekly candle like this, or even slightly better than that. If we also take a look at our underlying indicators here, actually that was the daily time frame which I was taking a look at the underlying indicators. We have had the MACD starting to curve to the upside, meaning that the bears have kind of lost momentum right there, and I mean, it's pretty much obvious. But don't forget that we are now headed for a big resistance that we have been looking to hold as support. We held like multiple times now. That is definitely going to be acting as resistance, so we still have to go ahead and fight a little bit more for the Jasmine price set. But yeah, currently I'm very much encouraged in what I saw here with this level just holding really well. Should we now come back to that level one more time? It's gonna be a little bit iffy, because you have to understand that the more you hit on a resistance or a support level is also the more likely you are gonna be breaking below that level. Mindful Journey, welcome man. It's really been long. I haven't seen you in a very long time. We should also be taking a look at ICP, Internet Computer Protocol. We love Internet Computer Protocol, right? Yeah, the price action really hasn't been too good. I understand that, but I mean, we don't have to sell a cryptocurrency because it's not doing well immediate short term. It usually turns out to be not too good eventually, because these things, they happen to rise whenever the market is just ready, right? So we are looking at the ICP, Internet Computer price chart, and this also has got some very encouraging signs. And yeah, on a daily time frame, we saw like very good demand candles here. Take a look at this wick to the downside here. Take a look at this wick to the downside here. And moreover, ICP was not setting a new low compared to this low that we had back here. So that is very much encouraging. It shows that there were buyers which were willing to step in that zone, and it served the price. Actually, setting a new low here below $5.80 was not going to be too good for the ICP price. I would have definitely bought more, but I would have also have been ready to hold ICP for much longer than anticipated, because that would mean that yeah, much more bearish price action was going to be coming. But this here is great, and I was also looking at the MACD and at the RSI. They are looking positive, right? So we need to wait it out a little bit much more. I have been showing you what the market cap has been doing on a much bigger time frame, and it points out a possibility of reaching as high something like $112 billion in terms of market cap, putting ICP right around $200. I still haven't lost those price targets just yet, because I think that once the bull market really starts to kick in, there is a lot of irrational exuberance that happens in this market, and nothing will make sense until it already makes sense, right? So this is the kind of thing that we are looking for here on ICP, Internet Computer Protocol. When it comes to XRP, I just want to go with the ones that we usually cover a lot on the channel, right? So that's XRP USDT. I'll just go ahead here and show you the market cap, and from a bigger time frame perspective, we still maintained that symmetrical triangle that we have been talking about, and this really has been in the making ever since 2018. So it's almost 7 years right at this point, and really respecting the upward sloping support there. And the breakout of this thing is really going to be violent, I would think, because yeah, the longer you have this thing accumulating here, the bigger your pump is eventually going to get. So my personal price targets here, we have got a long position that we opened in the page on right around 48 cents, and yeah, we are still holding that one, and I will be looking to cash out right around $5.20, but still the main price target here for my spot holdings on XRP will be right around $13.60. So that will actually turn out to be great eventually. And my fingers are crossed that we will get there eventually. So XRP, yeah, still we were, pulling back a little bit. At some point we we're up as high, something like 66 cents. Now we are down to 51 cents. It's okay. We had a market scare and stuff like that. Well, Nvidia is up 3.5%. This is crazy. This is really crazy. I just hope that the market doesn't pull back, because if it starts pulling back one more time here, it's probably also going to be turning out very bad for the rest of the market. So that is for XRP. We still are maintaining the symmetrical triangle right there. We just came back to the upward stopping support, and it was great. One other altcoin that I talk about every now and then is Kasper. And with Kasper, we were having an okay structure actually, which was disturbed obviously by what recently happened in the market, right? So we also saw that in as much as that was disturbed, we are still back at levels we were right before I was opening a trade. I was opening a trade right around 18 cents. Right now we are back at 16.4 cents. So slight loss right there, but on a daily time frame, we were seeing quite a fantastic structure here, which is looking like a cup and handle formation. And we're also seeing some kind of a symmetrical triangle, but still it's no longer existing right at this point. Do we have any bullish pattern that we can obviously see on Kasper? Not yet, but we're playing right very close to these previous all-time highs, and it's showing that the chart has got strength. So as long as we don't have like some solid daily candles closing below maybe 13.7 cents here for Kasper, I think we are still in a very good bullish trajectory. One other altcoin that I also usually talk a lot about, let's go to Bitcoin for example. Let's talk about the dominance, right? So BTC has managed to pull itself back right there, but as you can see, nothing is confirmed from like horizontal support levels and stuff like that. Yeah, we have the excitement and stuff like that, but we shouldn't be forgetting that we are still down. So right at this point, it's a matter of being, what do they call it? I'm trying to pull that one out, right? What do they call it? They call it cautiously optimistic. Yeah, so I'm actually being cautiously optimistic right at this point, because yeah, we need to see more follow through in the market. Let's just go ahead and maybe check the volumes and see what the volume profiles are looking like here, because we want to see more volume compared to the selling volume that we were seeing there. We have obviously good news from the ETFs and stuff like that, but let's quickly take a look at the volume. You can still see that the volume here, the sell volume, which is in the red, still way much more than the buying volume that is coming in here. So not too good. We need to see more. We need to see more for Bitcoin to finally say that we have nailed this whole recovery one more time. So again, being cautiously optimistic here, and just trying to ride the wave. I haven't opened any trades just yet. I will be opening trades as soon as I feel like it's time, and I just like to trade when I'm just most comfortable, right? I don't have any hurry or any rush to make money, so I want to wait for my own conditions and trade in my own conditions. And Patreon members know this, right? I can go for like weeks without any taking trade, and come back, take 1, 2, 3 trades, win them with 100% gains, and then we'll see it on the next one. There is no rush in trading. Once you start rushing and saying that I missed the bottom here at $48,000 or $49,000, right now BG is $57,000, I should actually be buying. This is when you see the price pulling back to something like 53,000. You're lost again, and you're like, you know what, maybe I should sell because the price is gonna go lower. The price doesn't go lower, you sell here, and then you start trying to buy back when the price is high again. It's just losses all over the place. By the way, 90%, up to 90% of people in this market don't even make money. They lose money. So I think patience and risk management is something that is very, very much important. Right now, it's a fingernail biting moment. We really don't have all the confirmation that we needed, but still, the market is very much excited. Jasmine is doing well. I'm very happy to see it doing well, because I know that the community has been shaken badly. I've made 2 videos over the last 2 days, and none of them has even crossed 500 views. Normally at peak, when everybody is excited, you expect maybe 2,500 views or something like that. So we're getting less than 20% of what we were getting just maybe 1 week ago. It's crazy, but that's the reality of the market. People have been shaken out badly. But anyway, let me show you some latest news that we are seeing in the market one more time here. We were seeing that there is a potential selling pressure that is going to be coming to Ethereum, because some pyramid scheme that they were talking about is now starting to move the markets, right? So I don't want Olympic news, man. Give me some news about crypto and make my day. So it appears that we don't have any news from the ones that we were talking about a few minutes ago. But let's see here. Luck Davis says that the recent crash looks like a bit like a COVID crash of 2019. Okay, we saw that. It's not just crypto that crashed. Global markets have witnessed a bloodbath. Okay, but if you remember, in the 2020 crash, ignited the biggest bull run ever. Can't predict. Okay, I get it, but we can't refer everything to what happened in the past, right? The conditions that we had back then in 2020 and what we have right now are very much different things. Yeah, we may still get into a bull cycle, but how long do we actually have? How long do we really have before all hell break loose? Because right now, what we just saw was that on Monday, when we had the opening, instead of like retail trading platforms to open, they simply halted them. They simply halted them, 7 of them, so that you wouldn't sell, I wouldn't sell, nobody would sell. And with that, they managed to mitigate the disaster. Can you imagine? So that's how they brought calm back into the markets. And now yesterday, it was the Bank of Japan. Actually, it was earlier today, the Bank of Japan saying that they are no longer going to be raising interest rates. Very crazy things. I mean, I wouldn't be managing my economy like this if I was a manager. I mean, how can you take a decision that you haven't taken in 17 years and reverse it in 3 days? How bad is that? I mean, it's either you're very incompetent in making that initial decision, or you're very incompetent in making the second decision. Either way, it's wrong, it's bad. We can't trust these people with our money, and that's why Bitcoin actually turns out to be something that is very much superior, because you won't find nonsense like this one. Oh yeah, I was gonna be telling you about some things that I think I'm gonna be buying here. Some of them may sound very weird, especially this one called Taboo Token. Yeah, it's really weird, and I mean, what it represents is not okay with a lot of people, obviously, but what I look at the chart like this one here, I only take a look at it and see a potential. I don't have anything to do with what the token holds, just like we don't have anything to do with what maybe the Solana token is holding. We are just after the money, right? So this one here has been in a bear cycle for a very long time. I think it's really about 1,200 days or something like that. And just from a time frame perspective, with my experience in the market, you usually are coming to like the end of a bear cycle, and on top of that, you're at the very lowest point here. You have everything in circulation, you have all the metrics and indications indicating that, look, it's just the kind of a time where you could literally see something like a 5x from nowhere. Obviously, my target here is not maybe something like a 5x. Initial price target that I'm looking for here is a 200% pump. Usually what I do, and what I usually post in my patrons, is I give a certain token that looks like it's going to get 100%. Once you get that 100%, you move out your money, and then you move out your profits. Let me just say, you get into the next thing. That's how we are generating more money to buy more things without actually putting money into the market. So Taboo Token is one of those things which I'm taking a step at, because I'm looking at this MACD here on the weekly time frame. Whenever it has been crossing here, it really has been fireworks for the price, and the RSI is also not looking bad on the weekly time frame, so that's great. There is also another one which is called Beam, but this is not the Beam, the game that people know, right? So the other one is actually Beam X USDT. So this is Beam USDT, and it's not listed on many exchanges right at this point. So let me just go ahead and try to figure it out nice and easy. I think it's on Maxi. Yeah. So this is Beam, but this is not Beam X. People really get it confused, and this one also is looking great. I like the project. It's about privacy and stuff like that. If this market is going to be functioning well in the future, you can't let everybody be looking at your transactions and seeing what you are doing and all that great stuff. So I think things like privacy, coins are going to be something that is very much a key in the future. This one will do well. The tokenomics are not bad at all. I think it has about 70% in circulation right at this point, so that's great. I know that the dilution is not going to be too bad. We are at the ultimate bottom here. The fundamentals are looking good. The technicals are also looking very good. So Mindful Journey says, can we start suggesting? Sure, you can suggest. I will be here for like 10 more minutes. We can talk about what you want to talk about, and then I will end the live stream right now. Another thing that I have actually been looking at, I forgot that one right there, right? If it comes to mind, I will definitely be talking about it. But we were seeing, I was seeing some kind of an opportunity. So Beam is one that I'm definitely going to be taking a step at, looking for that 100% gain. Once we have the 100% gain, we move the funds to something else. That's just how we are generating money to buy more things without actually spending more money into the market, right? So Kasper, I talked about it. What was the other one? Wow, these equity markets are up today, like they're up bigly. Velo, Airdrum Finance. Yeah, Airdrum Finance. Let's talk a little bit about Airdrum Finance. This one is always going to do well if the market is going to do well. It's a decentralized exchange anyway, so you would actually be expecting it to do really, really well. I didn't expect it to drop this further down to something like 40 something. I was expecting it to hold right around 68 cents. It dropped, but now we are back right around that level here, 68 cents. So I wouldn't necessarily say that anything has been broken. It can still manage to do really well. That's Airdrum Finance. I will talk more about it. So Moonbeam, the ticker symbol is Glamour, I think. Moonbeam, right? Some of these things I was holding them back in 2021, but I sold them. So Moonbeam here on a daily time frame. Let's start with the weekly time frame. Wow, it really has been beaten pretty hard. Now, I would really have loved to take a look at the what is it called, the tokenomics. But the thing is that right now, the site that I use to look at the tokenomics and see how much is in circulation and stuff like that, it doesn't allow me to take a look at these things without using a VPN. So I have a problem, because if I now start to try to open the VPN, it means that you know, I will be cut from the live stream. So what I would just say right now is Mindful Journey. If you have got any information about the tokenomics of these things, maybe you could actually help me to say right how much is in circulation and how much is not in circulation right at this point. Don't use CoinMarketCap, because CoinMarketCap usually is not all that great. You can go to coinrank.io, coinrank.io. I think that's the website. Go there and check what the tokenomics of this token looks like. But it's also looking like it's something that really has been hit really badly. And I like to trade things like this. It may sound very, very strange, but I will explain to you in a very quick fashion, right? So being in the market for a very long time, I've actually seen that this is how actually a lot of these things play out. And there are two things involved. It's either this thing is going to be moving to the upside like this, right? And then it stops, it pushes back one more time and then continues. It's kind of silly price action, right? Or the other option is that the chart will look very crazy and silly like this here, and then it will start pumping. Let me just go ahead and try to illustrate that, and heads into a new all-time high. But really what determines if it's going to get back into a new all-time high is if it really has got solid tokenomics, if it really has got a great community and stuff like that. But for the most part, we are seeing charts doing exactly this here. Now there is an advantage to something like this too, because you can still have asymmetrical gains even though you have a crazy structure like this here. Let me just go ahead and try to illustrate that. So you see this chart here, right? Usually when you are retracing, you're retracing to Fibonacci retracement levels, right? So you grab your Fibonacci retracement level, and from the peak of that chart to where you think the bottom is, or where it's obvious that the bottom is, and then you see here that your first Fibonacci retracement level is right around $4.80, and the chart is sitting at $16 right now. Now to get back to the first Fibonacci retracement level, you're looking at something like a 3,400%. Now that's insane, and it sounds almost impossible, right? But for the most part, I will say this, that these charts, they like really to retrace back to their first Fibonacci retracement level. But also you have to take into consideration the tokenomics one more time. When the coin was back at its previous all-time high, how much was in circulation, and how much is in circulation right now? If there is a very big difference of what was there initially when the coin was really doing well to what we have right now, as in like we have more things in circulation, it's more likely that it will not be able even to manage the first Fibonacci retracement level. So what you have to do, instead of working with the price here, you have to go ahead and try to work with the market cap of that altcoin. Again, I cannot do that in the live stream today because the site that I used to do that, for one reason or the other, on my internet here at home, it doesn't allow me to go there without a VPN. So I think that I should make it a point next time when I'm on live stream that I have to use a VPN, right? Because I would have shown you how the trick works there. But for the most part, just like these ones, they just retrace back to the Fibonacci retracement levels, and then from there they try to find a direction. But what really is going to be dictating what is going to be happening with that chart is the circulation that the coin has, right? So if you could tell me, Mindful Journey, how much is in circulation right now, maybe compared to how much it had right here at the top. But just like these ones, they present a huge opportunity. I will say that though, you have to be careful with the tokenomics. But that really, we have some of the structure here. I can go ahead and show you a plethora of them that looks like this that end up doing well. I mean, I can give a few examples here, a few examples from my head right now, and you can just go ahead and check them out. Check out Sia Coin, check out Verge Coin, check out Ethereum, check out Cardano, check out Neo Coin, check out Binance Coin, check out a whole bunch of them, especially coins which were back then in 2017, the ones that were making big moves in 2017. You will see that they have pretty much the same structure right there. So that is a positive, but you just have to be careful with the kind of tokenomics that the chart is, or the coin is presenting to you. So that was pretty much it here. I don't know if you have one more thing that you want us to take a look at. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to Tron. I think it really has behaved exceptionally well. I don't know if it really has a future in this market, but it sure looks like it has a future in this market. It really has outperformed a lot of those big things that we talk about. But for now, maybe we could be seeing a different story altogether. I would have to analyze it later on, right? So let me not talk about things which maybe I can change my mind later on. So RDS, let's quickly take a look at it. But I would have loved if you would have told me about the tokenomics of the other thing that we were taking a look at. Let's take a look at it from Maxi. Oh, it's really hitting its lows. I would just be suspecting that the reason why it's coming back to its lows here is because of supply issues. Maybe there is a very high inflation rate on this token here, meaning that a lot of its tokens, they keep being generated and being put out there in the public. When there is just not enough demand, the price cannot sustain, but just continuously push to the downside, right? So this was pretty much it. I will see you on the next one. Mindful Journey, maybe you can write me an email at cryptofrontio@gmail.com. I'll send you a link to our private Discord group, and I also want to give you a coupon for the course that is going to be coming. I think it's going to be coming later this towards the beginning of September, right? So I will give you a coupon so that you can also join the course before a lot of people do that. Patreon members already have access to the course, but I also want to give it to you and maybe a few other people that I like, right? So that at least you guys can rate the course before we start distributing it to people, right? So please send me an email at cryptofrontio@gmail.com, right? So that's the email right there, and maybe we can have a further discussion. All right, have a good one. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining and hanging out with me. I will see you on the very next one. Take really, really good care of yourselves. Bye.